What's happening? Oh, I'm all askew. Hold on, let me get my life together. Like so. Ooh, crispy. How we doing, fam? How we living? You know, welcome. Hey, Rebel Queen, I see you out here. Let me get a shout out for Rebel Queen. Hey, we got a shout out hard. You know, I see y'all with the thick ass love. Yay, yay. My sister did ask a good ass question. What do we call y'all? What do we call a fam in chat? If we have questions,
we need a nickname.
What do y'all want to be called?
The best I came up with is "We hate you." We hate you. that just didn't go. That just
If
didn't
we have the questions,
work.
y'all have the answers. So y'all the answer to our questions. Is that the name of the chat?
Answers.
Y'all the answer. Yeah.
Yes, I like
Hey,
it.
what up, Flo? What up, Just? Hey, look, the gang's all here. The gang's all here. What you snacking on, Jax? What you snacking on? What's that? Yo, Zay side eye. Zay basically like whatever it is. I don't have any. The fuck. As Jax eats it slowly and doesn't tell us what the fuck it is. Jax, what is it? You're muted. Unmute and tell us.
Donut.
Yes, what kind? Clearly, what kind? Where from? Give us details. Is it a Krispy Kreme? Is it an Intamin? There are options.
It's an Intamin donut.
You sound loud, dry about it. Now you're supposed to give us all the details, all the juicy tidbits. Hey, what up, wifey? Oh, wifey. I got a question for you. Wifey, you have to hit me up in chat because I gotta talk to you. I got some questions. Because I know you do hair, right? And we're going to have a hair. I got a hair question for you. We want to know if you licensed because we might need to holler at you. We got some questions about the hair industry, you know. We need to holler at you on the side, you know. Oh, Rebel thought it was an Oreo or an ice cream sandwich. You know, the way she holding it, it could be. That's not your fault. That's Jack's fault. That's Jack's fault. Tell us what made y'all happy this week. We're going to start off with the happy time 10. What brought us some joy this week? What made you happy? Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. What made you happy this week?
What made me happy is I saw a meme that said instead of people of color, people of global majority,
Ooh.
and I will forever use that term going forward.
Yes. Picante.
People of
Billy.
global majority. Fuck y'all.
People of the global majority. Yes. Fucking love it. Welcome, Billy. We're talking about what made us happy. What made you happy? Dot the Savage. What made you happy this week? Tell us what made you happy. What brought you some joy? Who's next? Who's gonna? Yes, they with the faces. What made you happy this week? I got you.
Hey, mi casa, su casa.
Appreciate you for the host, Nico.
Oh,
What
I
made
went to the
you?
beach.
Yes, get that sun. You got sun
Yeah.
kissed?
You can't really tell, but yeah,
Yeah.
you can't.
Not that
It
you
don't really
can't tell.
show, but it's there. It's a little something.
Got a little tan. Okay. Got a little
I
tan.
promise you, I am darker than I normally am, which is
I'm
probably
done.
saying a lot. I am
Not to get the
darker.
bag
Hey, mi casa, su casa.
Hosts are free, as my wife who would say, host up and post up. Appreciate y'all for that extra free love. Oh, got me stretching and my shoulder
Hey,
is
mi
like
casa, su casa.
my shoulder is like pack it up. Don't do no more. Jax, whoa. From Cheeky, I'm terrible. What made y'all happy this week?
Hey, mi casa, su casa.
What made y'all
Um.
happy?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I'm waitlisted, but I'm
Wait,
still looking
a weight lifted?
for
Which
a apartment on West 45th Street. So I'm hoping.
so
I'm
you
hoping.
finna come to the city? You finna be a city girl, JT?
I don't know. I'm originally a city girl. Please understand. Born
Okay,
and
no,
raised
but you've been a Brooklynite for some time now, and
for 5 years.
that's
I
long enough.
know that's not long enough.
It's long enough in my book. You be a Brooklynite for a day. You're from Brooklyn in my book.
Nah, I literally can't say I'm from Brooklyn. Someone,
Doesn't
you
matter.
know,
It's crazy that y'all having this conversation like there's something wrong with being from Brooklyn or
there's
something.
nothing.
But
There's nothing wrong with
When
me.
you're from Harlem, there
Like
is something
literally, if
wrong.
someone be like, "Oh, you from Brooklyn," I can't say that because I cannot name where I'm from. Like I really can't be like, "Oh yeah, I'm from this part." Like I really don't know where I live. I just live in Brooklyn.
living in the East.
Even then, they're like, "What part of the East?" And they start naming off neighborhoods. I'm like, "It's Brooklyn. It's Brooklyn." Like I,
Wait, Zay, where you from?
Me, I'm from the stop. I'm from the stop.
Wait, you're from Brooklyn.
Yes,
Oh, that's why you get
very much
offended.
so.
I mean, I still
Yes.
said what I said.
I mean, that's
I still
cool.
love you though. I love
Uh,
you. You special. You different.
I appreciate it.
I don't like the rest of your borough, but you are a gem. But I don't like the
I
rest of your borough. I like you.
I'm
That's
sorry you
it.
feel that way.
right, because Brooklyn niggas is top tier.
Brooklyn.
Not to me. I don't have positive experiences. They
Don't
don't
mess
give
with them
off Brooklyn
Brownsville ones.
vibes.
That's why you mess with them Brownsville ones.
You
No,
you
I
went to
literally
the
used to work in Brooklyn and I did not have positive vibes with anyone. But they don't give me the Brooklyn vibes that I'm used to. Now I'm meeting more people
it's
that
not my fault you was working at the zoo. That don't got nothing to do with me.
is at the zoo.
Yeah, it's certain parts of Brooklyn you don't
Wow.
play with, but you know.
No, I'm now meeting more people from Brooklyn that don't make me feel like I miss Harlem as soon as I talk to them.
Wow.
That's how I feel. Like literally, I was very open minded, and like my school was almost in Brooklyn, so I was almost like, huh, and then they moved to the
Listening
LES, and
to
then I was like, yes,
support.
avoided a crisis.
Uh,
Um, but I didn't know you was from. I thought you was from LES this whole time. But that eye roll.
She's
I love you.
I'm from the LES.
She's from the LES. I not. I grew up there. I got love for the LES. I got family over there, but you know.
No, I literally met a person that was from on his job interview when we were like, "Hey, where you from?" His response was, as he crossed his legs, "Bad side, towards eye," and I was like, "See, no."
The facts are the facts. It's what I grew up between. I grew
Time
up
and a
between
place.
the sky and the fort, and that's it.
This
No,
time and a place, baby. You don't be doing that
I-
everywhere.
you
Like,
Oh, you do. You
I'm
do.
not gonna go to a job interview when they ask me where I'm from. Whole world, no. Like, I'm not gonna.
You should. You should. But
I'm
you know,
not doing that. Like, first off, my address not even on my resume. Like, you get my name, you get my email, you get my number. Figure it
Yeah,
out. Like, but like I said, I digress. I just, I like the vibes from the people for the most
I mean,
part.
I get it.
I am meeting more people that I am like, oh, you are a decent person.
Not everybody from Brooklyn is an animal, man. Just saying.
Glad we live out here.
But it took me 30 years to meet people that were not animals from Brooklyn. So that's why I'm like, you are a gem and I love you. And there are a select handful of people that reside in Brooklyn. I like these ones.
These ones?
These special Pokemon.
That sounds crazy.
This sounds real gentrification.
Yo, it took 30 years. I worked in the borough.
Real boba tea in the cut over here. He's wilding right now, but
fam, I tried. I literally worked in the borough.
It's cool.
Fam
Not
was
everything.
trying to cut me
Not
over a
everything is
Metro
for everybody.
card. I will never forget. Like,
Respect it.
fam, you about to take my life because of a Metro card?
Not everything is for everybody. Not everything is for everybody. It's okay.
Not for a Metro card. I need to live. Take this 275.
Right. I don't know how you I don't know how you feel unsafe in Brooklyn, but you've been to the Bronx.
Unsafe. It's literally the vibe of the people that I just didn't rock with.
You've been to the Bronx? Like,
I don't mess with the Bronx either. I be in my bubble.
You don't talk nearly as much shit about the Bronx as you do Brooklyn.
Oh yes, I
That's
do.
what I know for a fact.
Yes, no, that is untrue. I'd be like,
No,
I'm not
it
going to the ST capital of the.
Thank you very much, Cal. But thank you.
What you said?
He said you talk more shit about Brooklyn than you do about the Bronx.
That's because who we know that's defending the Bronx. We all unanimously agreed that the Bronx is.
The New York City delegation is kicking you out of the city. That's it. That's it.
Everybody, except for with the exception of Remy Ma, Cardi B, and Terror Squad in general, the Bronx is pretty.
So I gotta go too.
No, you don't gotta go. You part of the exception, but the rest of it,
we collectively agree on certain things.
Trash bag.
We collectively agree on certain things, so there's no need for me to beat a dead horse.
Man, listen, I'm not even going. I'm gonna just say here quietly. This is really
gonna keep
wild. Yeah, I'm gonna chill because y'all wilding right now. Brooklyn is worse than the Bronx. Never. Brooklyn is never worse than the Bronx. The Bronx is the fucking zoo. Seriously, never.
Why are you wild?
Never. What? Yo, alright. I'ma chill.
Okay, I'll say this: Brooklyn be scaring people more. Bronx
How did our
dirty.
happy time turn into which borough is the worst? This sounds like a whole ass episode that we need to just duke it out. Borough v. borough.
I'm not even about to argue because the facts is already the fact. So it is what it is.
Facts?
Some of the best things is out of Brooklyn, myself excluded, because I'm not being cocky. It's just a fact. I'm just saying. Some of the best things are out of Brooklyn. That's it.
Give me an example.
Tupac, Biggie, half of the entire repertoire of the music industry and the movie industry. Shout out to Spike Lee.
None of those things I subscribe to currently. So live your
Yeah,
best life.
that sounds unfortunate. That don't make it any less true. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. Like for me, I feel less.
The facts are the facts. It don't matter what you subscribe to because the
she about to hurt me.
are the facts. That's all I gotta say.
You might as well place down one black
Makes
card.
him better. That's how
Yeah,
that's what I grew up on
one
because of my brother. I don't. But
You said what?
Kuchiki, what's your happy time, baby? As he starts fires in chat.
I mean, I don't. You could skip me. It's been kind of a rough week, so I don't really have a happy time. I'm getting over this cold, so that's a good thing.
That's it.
More importantly, Tupac and Biggie, honestly, they can't really exist without the Bronx because the Bronx kind of gave us hip hop in.
And that's fan freaking tastic. That's fan freaking tastic. Fan.
Like, I don't want to ruffle any feathers. I really
Who's
don't. It's
ruffling them? Big Bird is out here being ruffled.
cats, and I don't mind you. I don't rep the Bronx. I really don't rep the Bronx because I'm from Harlem.
Shout out.
But
It's crazy that y'all talking like this, like Harlem and Brooklyn is dead ass not best friends. Y'all are really crazy for talking like this. Harlem and Brooklyn are really like peanut butter and jelly. Y'all really wildin'. It's okay. I'ma chill. Y'all wildin' though. Just
all
for the
right,
record.
which one is peanut butter and which one is jelly? Because Brooklyn is great. Brooklyn is great. It really is. It's just.
So is Harlem. That's why I'm like, I don't know what the
Brooklyn is great. It's really great.
no,
It's okay.
Harlem is not a borough. It's actually inside of Manhattan. Y'all act like it's a borough, but I mean, you
Now
know.
we're doing this.
Which is really, really amazing that we had the clout that we have, considering we're not a borough. You know what? I'm shutting up. I love you, Zach.
And the watch I don't have time for this. Like this is I don't no. Don't have time. I don't have time.
Are you sure? Let me see what time it is.
Like if it was a war against Brooklyn and Harlem, I'm picking Brooklyn.
Yeah, you tripping. We're not even thank you. And I love Harlem. I've never said
Do you?
say a negative word about Harlem ever. I feel like Brooklyn and Harlem are married. That's how I feel about it. But you know,
Marriage. One of them.
I guess.
One of them. Tina.
We love Brooklyn over here.
I appreciate that.
Just for the record, I'm picking Brooklyn and anything that has to do with violence as well. Okay,
Agreed.
I'm still fighting.
Same.
Harlem is losing. Brooklyn is, you know.
Because Harlem makes it, Brooklyn takes it. There's a reason they take it. You know.
I mean, that guy in the video said Harlem would make the soundtrack to Brooklyn beating the West Side.
Absolutely.
Right.
You know what? Anyway,
Brooklyn is grittiest.
Brooklyn, I love you. I am here.
Now Bronx is
I just carry us if that's what I need to
We're
do.
still talking about what made us happy this week. So if you want to share what brought you some joy this week, please tell us so they don't murder us all.
I ain't murdering nobody. I just okay.
You sure, young Brooklyn?
Nope. Don't even trip. It's cool. Keep
Don't
that
even
energy
trip.
pure.
Okay. Appreciate that, hosty, wosty. You the mosty. Whew. The thing that brought me some joy this week is I finally closed. I got the keys to my new home, and I got the title this morning. So that was great to be like officially a homeowner. Yay! It is a slap in the face though to see like when you buy and how much you pay in your mortgage versus how much you pay when you rent. It's like this is disrespectful. Like that difference is disrespectful, and I'm a little bit mad that you had to go out your way to like buy to get cheaper payments than when you fucking rent. Like that's just why y'all do that? Why y'all be doing that to us? Why is a 2-bedroom like 18, 2000, 22, 24, and when you own it's cheaper? Like that's why do they do that? This is why y'all assholes. So that was my happiness was getting the title and finally signing. But I definitely like looking at the final paperwork was like, really, fam? Because I'm pretty sure if I got a 2-bedroom apartment, my rent would probably be double this, and I'm a little irked at people that take advantage of individuals like that. That fucking sucks. But super excited about this journey. I'm super excited to drag my siblings, 2 of which are here, for Phil. in this sibling episode.
Sit
Sibling
down.
rivalry. Sibling rivalry.
Ditto.
Um, I always see these memes that are like, the firstborn is so sweet, but that middle child is the one, or no, the second born is the one that's a no limit soldier, and I'm like, really? We sure? You sure about that?
I
I
don't know if the
don't know.
oldest is the nicest. The oldest might be the most strict or like serious.
I feel like gender plays a part in that. Honestly, if I'm being 100% honest, I definitely think gender plays a role in that. Because if I'm looking at my own, because my brother was firstborn and he was a fucking golden child. Like he could do no wrong, and then in come me, the girl, and I was like, I had all the little safety net, like, don't touch that, don't do that. My brother could do whatever the fuck he want, and then here come I, and I'm like, my parents are like, dude, you can't do this. You need to be home as soon as school ends. My brother could live his fucking life freely. So when we were growing up, it was like, oh, word, how much trouble can I get you in? Like, my father had me snitching on him for Snickers bars. Like, that was my price. But it was also because I was a little upset. Like, why you get to live life and I got to come home all early and shit. That's not fair. And I also thought if I got to his age, because we were 6 years apart, so I also wonder, does the age difference matter? Does that play a part in how the rivalry plays out? Like, if we were closer in age, would I have even had to be like
I
a
mean,
fucking secret agent, or would I have just tried to beat his ass?
I think age and versus gender will create different types of sibling rivalry, but the rivalry itself will exist regardless. Between boys and between girls and closer in age versus farther away, that rivalry will still exist. Because a lot of the rivalry stems from the way we are parented. And so long as we're in the same house being parented, or even when we're in a separate house, the way we're being parented is going to create that in a lot of ways.
Did you guys have different experiences with your rivalry, or was it just like, no, I'm whooping your ass? Like, how did you approach yours?
Can I ask a question? What do we mean by rivalry specifically? Like, just in terms of like, who's the more favorite child, or like just any type of rivalry with sibling?
I was thinking
Also,
any
what
type
is
of
a rivalry?
with a sibling.
You know who I'm gonna defer to? Zay, what's the
What up,
rivalry?
yo? A rivalry. Well, I guess I mean I would have to tweak it a little bit because textbook definition is real beastie. Like, oh, if you got beef, you pull up, you do what you got to do. But like in the context of this thing, it's just like I guess we can call it like vying for attention or affection or like just going back and forth and like staking your claim. Like which personality was more like your parents, I guess, were thought were more tolerable. Like it depends on what. It's just,
I
I
mean,
guess, it's yeah. It depends on like what we're breaking it down to. Like between siblings itself is like, oh, I guess who can annoy who the best, who is most beloved by the parent, who is like a different, different tiers of what rivalry would mean in this context. You
I think rivalry, at least the way I was thinking about it, is like a competitive phase between two people. The word rivalry itself, and then sibling is just two people who happen to be related having this competitive nature. Some of it will be family based in terms of like how our parents are treating us, how our family looks at us, and some of it will be just regular competitiveness and how being family with each other might have changed the way we were competitive. Like if we were in the same scenario with a stranger versus being in that scenario with a brother. So, like, let's say when it's about your sibling shares your deep dark secret with your spouse, or things like that, where it's not necessarily the fact that you guys were built in this were raised in the same house, but more of like, how would you react if your sibling did this versus a stranger did this to you?
So in that context, did you have varying degrees of rivalry with your siblings, and how would you say your age differences
I
impacted
mean,
that?
I had, because I was an only child between my father and my mother, and I have siblings, but they're on my father's side only. It's I got it's a little it's my experience is a little skewed. So the oldest sibling after me that my father had was 12 years younger than me. So by age, our rivalry really was very short lived and mostly stemmed from the way we were introduced to each other. So it was more of like a singular event affected the way I looked at her for about a short period of time. And that was more of like, I'm the oldest, I'm the real child, and you are the intruder. And that lasted for all of maybe 2-3 years. And then, because at the time I was like 12. So 2-3 years after that, I'm like 15, 16. And now I see this person as, okay, I could be your teenage mom. Like, I could have had you as a teenage pregnancy, a really young teenage pregnancy. But I mean, how does it look? Me fighting you, you're a child. At least 16-year-old me is thinking like that. You know how we think we're adults at 16. So at some point it became more of a third parent, but like not really sure how to parent kind of rivalry, where it's like I would get annoyed at her for not cleaning up after herself. But it's like, that's not a sibling thing ish, I guess. It's more like mom's mad at you for not picking up your shit. Like, have some home training, if that makes sense.
So when you, I guess, accepted your siblings, you were kind of like, okay, I'm not going to fight you because you're so much younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only thing that saved them, the age difference.
Oh, yeah.
Do you, now
Because a
that you're
couple of them would have
older,
got popped with a, like,
now that you're
boy.
older, how do you, like, do you still feel like I can't because you're so much younger than me? Or do you feel like, nah, we both
Oh,
grown,
no.
you're going to
Oh,
get
no.
this
The other
work?
one
Like, how
just
you.
turned, the other one, the moment they turn like 17 and start acting like they grown, I'm going to treat you like you grown. So when she turned 17, she started getting a little attitude or whatever. And I'm like, don't try it over here. Please don't. You might be like 2 inches taller than me, but please don't. I will bring you down to my height. Please don't. The other two are still too young for me to get like that. So it's more of a mom thing. But the one right after me, she done went to another state by herself. She done did things.
Is that another thing that kind of like pisses you off when you watch your younger siblings get away with shit that you could never?
All
Yo,
the
Zay's face.
time. All the time.
Talk about it,
All
Zay.
the fucking time, bro. That shit is so goddamn disrespectful on several levels, because the parents will then have the fucking cojones to turn to you and be like, do you think this is okay for me to do? I don't know what's going to happen with her. How do you think she's going to react? I'm sorry. You want advice on how to give said child a thing that I never got as a child? You want to know my advice? They don't get the damn thing. You know why? Because I did it. If I got to suffer, they got to suffer. What the fuck? What is with this softness after the fact? Kiss my ass. I didn't even ask to be here. I'm bitter, y'all. Excuse me.
I'm sorry. Zay, you want. Because the way you was like Reach.
The older siblings are triggered, yo. Triggered. I have to say, I definitely understand. I feel like what Kalba is expressing right now reminds me of some realizations that I had about my older sister because my older sister is 19 years older than me. So like she had her first child the same year that I was born. So she didn't really even though she saw me as a younger sibling, I was also like this another child for her to raise if we're talking about like it takes a village, right? But it's funny because I look back in hindsight and think about the way that my sister's relationship was with our mother. And when like these two couldn't stand each other for a good 10, 15 years. Like they were completely cut off from one another. My sister was out of the house by the time she was 13. And it wasn't really until I want to say she was in her late 30s that they reconnected. But she still like played a part in my life. And I'm realizing that a lot of the animosity that she had towards our mom was because I just had a different mother than she did. I mean, we like to go back and forth and say that, well, I like to say that my mom is just crazy, but her mom is actually evil. Because that's really what it was for her growing up. So I actually had to like unlearn some of the ways that I would look at my mom because growing up, all I heard was your mother's this, your mother's that, your mother never did this for me, your mother never did that for me, like in her own ways, literally just like retelling her life. And it's like, oof, I'm happy I'm the younger child.
Dying.
Somebody's what?
Somebody dying in our back. Well,
Carry on, Kuchiki.
Like, wait, what? Yeah, I'm just I that's really all I had to say. Like Kalba's being triggered by the fact that like her parents basically handle her kids a very different way than they handle hers. Like, oh yeah, like I think as far as like a rivalry, it's weird. I feel like I had more of a rivalry with my sister's kids than her, but I think my sister saw me as like, oh, you're clearly the fucking golden child. Like, I think it was very, I don't want to say maddening for her, but like, I'm sure she was pissed seeing my mom do a lot of things for me that just didn't get done for her. So, yeah.
Do you feel that
I'm not gonna lie.
Huh?
Being the youngest has its perks. That's what I'm gonna say. Being the youngest definitely has its perks. I won't complain.
Do you feel that because of that huge gap that kind of impacted your ability to be closer now?
Now, definitely. I don't know if it was specifically because of just those instances, because I take it as like, you know, my sister's relationship with my mom is her relationship with her mom, and you know, I can't let that judge the way that I see her, even though I'm aware, even to this day, like sometimes she'll like switch into that mode of like bad mouthing, not necessarily bad mouthing on purpose, but just like talking down a little bit about our mother, and I'd be like, yo, y'all supposed to be cool now, like chill out. I think there are other things that, I don't know, just growing up, seeing the way that my sister's a Virgo, and she's very stubborn and very type A and has her opinions about a lot of things, and is also kind of an insane narcissist. And I, growing up, like coming up with like her, she was like, oh, this is like my role model. This is my Shiro or whatever. But I would say like by the time I was 14 and like, you know, forming more opinions of my own and like actually experiencing the world, not just through her eyes, it was very much like, can you shut up? You know, or just like our bond definitely started to break apart. because it was like the same way that like I wasn't seeing my mother as the perfect adult anymore. And the same thing was happening with her, where it was just like, not only you not the perfect adult, you're like hella obnoxious sometimes, yo. So yeah.
Yo, the way you just like, is what it is. Like, no, I completely understand that. I don't see, it was always different from my brother and I, because when he was younger, he grew up with our mom. And from the moment I was born, I grew up with my dad. So on my dad's side, I'm the princess, I'm the girl. I'm the spoiled brat. Like, I get he told me, you bring home A's, you'll never hear no. And so all I brought home was A's. So I never heard, like, what is this word? What is a no? What does that mean? And then later on, when I was about 6, my father brought my brother home to live with us. And that's when I was like, who this? Why I'm sharing my room? Who is this man? Because at the time, I went from having my own space, my own room, to now I got to share. And this older person is now trying to tell me what to do. And I'm like, I don't hear the word no. He doesn't know the rules. He is saying no a lot. So my tiny brain was very confused. And then as I'm still developing and I'm like coming to terms like, oh, he's my brother. Okay, we're related. Okay. I'm getting it. I'm understanding it now. Then I start trying to like emulate him. And this is before I understand. I still haven't figured out like gender yet. So in my brain, we the same. I don't realize yet he's a boy, I'm a girl. So I'm trying to do everything he does. I'm trying to dress like him. I'm trying to act like, I'm literally copying his every move. And I don't realize how frustrating it is for him to be like a teenager, trying to have his freedom, to have his annoying little sister, who I don't realize I'm the annoying little sister, always like running after him, like, I'm just trying to copy you, fam. Like, you grown, I want to be grown. I want to do what you doing. And it was that moment where I got that I was the unwanted presence. That's when we started beefing, because I'm like, fam, I ain't want you first. Like, and then that's when we started to have like our break and what I perceived to be our bond. Because at first it was like, well, I was trying to be like you, and now we're beefing because first off, you try to take my shine because you're already in my damn room, and now you annoyed that I exist. I was annoyed that you existed first, and then my father enticed me with like snacks to tell on my brother. So I started telling on my brother. And because my brother was 6 years older than me, and you can't tell on me because I don't do anything. Like I don't, even though I had friends, it was like my friends are nerds like me. So we going to the library. What you gonna do? Dad, she was in the library. Doing what? Reading. Yeah, real spicy. So he was getting in more trouble than me. So he resorted to like, he would hit me with pillows and stuff. Like, he would use his physical prowess over me. Because my brother's been tall. Like, my brother's been over 6 feet my whole life. And I've been barely scratching 5'6" my whole existence. So our rivalry was always, I was the favorite at my father's house. And then we would go to my mother's house and he's the favorite. When we're at dad's house, you're physically stronger than me. So you're putting stuff out of reach for me and then not getting it for me. You're like knocking me down with the pillow, like you're wilding because I'm so tiny, because you can. And what can I do about it? All because I'm snitching on you for Snickers and brownies. But like the good brownies, y'all, not that cosmic crap, like the good shit. And like Happy Meal, like out in the the Happy Meal with the toy in it, I was getting whatever the fuck I wanted to tell on my brother. And I was snitching because like, I don't fuck with you no more. Like, you made me feel unwanted. So now I don't want you here. And in my brain, if I tell on you enough, you gonna leave. And that's how so it is amazing to me that as we got older, we became closer. I don't know how. I don't know how we survived that. Because I don't know. Like, he knew I was telling on him. That's why you would try to hide stuff from me. But I'm like, baby, I'm nosy and I read lips. Uh, you could try. I can tell you business anyway.
I'd have hated you as a sibling.
Which is why I'm like, as it, I guess it's because my father tried to force the bond, which is why we couldn't get along. You forced us to be around each other all the damn time. If you'd have just let us organically build our relationship, it would have been better. But you tried to force it to happen, and that's why he didn't want
Well,
me around.
yeah, that's the sibling rivalry from parenting. A lot of parents don't realize just how much they cause the rivalry that develops between their kids.
Zajax, y'all type quiet. I know y'all got siblings. Talk to us. Spill the frijoles. Unmute.
We
I
can't
see
hear
y'all chatting
nothing.
over there.
No, we was letting y'all talk.
No, we letting y'all because
Nah.
y'all got good and healthy and
I'm dead.
good stories. Me,
What?
come
We don't have good
shit.
stories.
Listen,
I didn't even know my sister existed until she was 2 years old, and I was on the flight to Ghana before I was told.
oh no,
I didn't know she was. We were gonna go visit her. We were going to Ghana, and they were like, "Okay, she's 2, and all he's gonna notice is a kid that looks like her that's calling me dad." So I got told on the flight there.
I learned about my brother when he got hit by a car and was in the hospital. And
oh,
I went with my father to see him in the hospital. And my father pointed at the boy holding the Game Boy. And he was like, "That's your brother." And all I saw was the Game Boy. And I was like, "I want the Game Boy." And then my father brought my brother home, and I was like, "Fam, I just wanted the Game Boy, not the boy. The fuck, you didn't understand the assignment. Like, you fucked up. Wait, you brought back too much. Just the Game Boy." That's how I learned of my older brother. Like that is my first internet. Like I was already 6, fam. Like I was 6, and he brought back a whole. My brother had just got hit by, so he was like 12. And we both looking at each other. He looking at me. I'm looking at him, and I'm like, "I just wanted your Game Boy. I didn't want the attachment. I didn't want the human. I just give me, please." Um,
I didn't learn about my brother until a cousin of mine ended up working with his aunt, and I didn't meet him until the age of 23. So it wasn't even like he was actively trying to meet me or anybody in the. It was just like, oh, this is pure happenstance. His aunt happened to work with my cousin, and they somehow remembered each other because everybody in Harlem kind of knows each other in one way. And then, sure enough, 6 degrees kind of like came together, and that was the one time that we met when I was 23, and I think I saw him one other time. So it's been about 10 years, and that's it. Yeah. So I mean, we have siblings, but it's healthy-ish relationships. Let's put it that way. Y'all gonna tell us about your siblings or what?
Cause you see them whispering on the side, like spill the tea.
nah, we was talking about what we about to eat.
Mm-hmm.
My siblings, man, listen. I wouldn't say we have really rivalries. I think it's more like we never really had beef with each other. I would say we had beef like it was more like I know that you're being treated better than me. It wasn't like we like resented each other for it. I think we were too busy just like surviving for beef. Like I don't know. That's why it's different because any jealousy I guess I was the only girl for like 10 years and then my little sister was born but I wasn't like mad or anything. I asked for her actually because my brothers used to dog me. So I was like, I need a sister to help me beat these niggas up. But so I was happy she was here. And but then it kind of switched. It wasn't like we rivaled each other. It was like I'm the oldest girl, so I had to take care of everybody. So I guess it was like a level of like small resentment that comes with that after a while. Like you have to take care of literally everybody. You don't have time for yourself, do anything for you. It's literally like surviving and then raising children. It wasn't like nothing else in between. But I feel like our survival mode and the fact that we have garbage bag parents is what tightened us over the years. So any rivalry we would have had, I guess, because me, my older brother, and my little brother right after me are very close in age. We're all like back to back. So any rivalry we would have had, we took that and killed it to take care of my other siblings. So yeah, we didn't have time to be violating each other because it was like a collective energy to stay alive. So we didn't really have, yeah.
Follow up question: now that you guys are adults and
There's
living your
more
own life,
rivalry now, actually. Actually, we have time for rivalry now. Survival mode anymore. We have like healthier, healthier
that's what I was
environments
gonna ask.
around us. We have healthier environments around us. So now we got time. Oh, you got away with that because you're the favorite, or she gave you this because she likes talking to you more or whatever. But again, even in that, it's like I know my sister is my parents' favorite, and I'm okay with that because my sister's my rider anyway. So and she never treated me different with her being the favorite. They did. Like she don't get my sister does not care that she will ruin their lives. She will do what she want. She do not care. She's just like y'all like me despite the fact that I do this. But what you were saying earlier, um, younger siblings being able to get away for everything, I felt that heavily. Like literally, all of my siblings could shoot somebody in the head, and my mother be like, "Y'all shouldn't have gave him a gun." But if I do it, not only am I going to jail, I ain't getting no money. Books, my mother never speaking to me.
Damn.
Like she only got one daughter now, like literally. But I guess it's easy for me to accept that thing because it's the black sheep. So it's like it's fine. But I don't know. Like I feel like my siblings know in which order the love goes. But that never made them love me less, is what I could say. Even though it made my parents treat us differently, it never affected really how we treated each other. Like I guess it would make them, I guess, a little more sympathetic in a way. Like when you're the favorite and you're talking to somebody who, damn fam, like if they get a sandwich that I wanted and I don't, when my parents aren't looking, they'll give me a piece. Like that was the energy of like what it is to not be the favorite, and when you are close to the sibling that's a favorite, because my sister and I are 10 years apart, but because I raised her, we're very close. Like we're very like she's crazy, but she's also like one of my favorite people on the planet, so. And then my older brother, we weren't close. We have a bit of a rivalry, I guess, say, because he he wants to be the one that everybody relies on because he's this, but he's not as responsible as me. So he kind of like, I guess, resents that. Like, even though I'm not the oldest, everybody comes to me for everything, like all my siblings, and he like gets mad about that. He's like, why wouldn't y'all tell me I'm the oldest one? And I'm like, bro, because you be out here making it rain and like you you do what you flighty and like impulsive and stuff like that. So he can't really be relied on. Whereas me, I'm like stability and sound reasoning, and maybe you should think this through before you take that third shot. Like that's how I speak to my siblings. Like if I know they're about to do something dumb, I'm like, yo, let's weigh the pros and cons. Let's not beat the girl up today. Let's not can we try? So I'm like the person that tries to keep everybody from making all the terrible choices. So that's why. But my older brother is very envious of that. But I'm like, it's not like it's a job I want. I don't want to be the responsible one. I don't want to be would say the idea of being a responsible one. I want to go and disappear and be flighty and live my life and without having to think about 1,000 other people. So I think that if he understood how I felt about being a responsible one, he wouldn't be as envious in our adulthood, because that's what it is now. Like when we were younger, we never did all that back and get each other in trouble shit because we were too busy just trying to stay alive. But once we got older, it was like, okay, we developed our personalities and now we're all vying for our crazy ass parents' affection. So we were do little things, but I never once I realized I wasn't getting it, no matter what I did, I just stopped. But my siblings, they never gave up. And that's why I'm always involved in their shit, because they're always doing something to get the attention of. So, yeah.
It's fucking deep. I'm glad y'all were able to bounce back though and find the way to still
I mean, yeah, we straight.
bond.
Yeah, we good. We chilling out here.
Because that does not sound like a happy.
It wasn't. It wasn't, but we good. Yeah.
But I'm glad y'all were able to bounce back from that. Jax, what about you?
What's the prompt?
She don't really want to talk about it because she the favorite. That's why she don't want to talk about it.
Oh,
I mean,
I'm not the favorite.
Yes, she is.
liar!
really
I
not.
don't even believe you.
I think I might be the favorite for my father, so I understand.
I'm not the favorite. I mean, the way my parents did it with us, it was y'all need to stick together no matter what, because when we're gone, y'all all y'all got. So from that, it was just all right, if you're gonna do, please let me know. I need to know where you at. I don't give a fuck what. But if you're gonna do something dumb,
Wait,
let me
you don't
know.
give a fuck what? Audio cut out. What?
You said what?
The audio cut out.
Audio cut out.
Say what you just said.
I said I don't care if you do some dumb shit, but just let me know where you're gonna be at all times, because I need to know where you're gonna be. Because if something happens to my siblings, well, where were you? And I'm like, well, I was home. I don't go outside. We all got curfew. They need to get home when they need to get home. If I don't know where they're at, I'm getting in trouble off principle. I'm like, I'm not outside. How can I get it? But yeah. So it was I was second month, kind of, because up until freshman year of high school, my mom worked from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. So it was and she also raised my aunt and uncle. So it was us three. So I was the younger child, even though I was actual child. And then when my siblings came, it was all right, now you are in control because now you're the old in this situation. So yeah, we don't really have rivalries. I can see it's not rivalry because there is no competition.
Why? Why is there no competition?
No, but let me explain. Okay, so the middle children can say that the older children always got treated differently in a bad way. Literally, my mom let everything fly with me. So whoever came next, no, I'm gonna do this different instead of I'm gonna go hard at first and then change. So that was, and then she seen it didn't work in part 2. So take 3, she was nice. I don't know how to literally.
Jax, you could break down the science of it, but that literally comes down to that
We
literally
don't know
comes
what
down
the
to
tea is here.
But
I may have done it this way, so I'm gonna do better the next time, and then I'm gonna do the. If you got it the best, it's okay to say that.
It's
Big
okay.
fact, just say that.
It's okay to be the favorite.
Listen, I don't believe I'm the favorite. I really don't. I believe she loves us all equally.
I mean, I
But
believe
the
you
favorite
Oh,
would
would
that
say
speak
is
that.
facts.
The
Our
favorite would
students
say
do it all the
that.
time.
That is exactly what the favorite would say. To be honest.
Exactly. She loves us all
I mean,
equally, head
No,
out.
I
I'm
think
the
she
favorite of
disciplines
my
us
father, and
differently.
I
We
think
need to
Okay,
that
clip
that's
that.
That's the only thing.
Somebody clip.
Like
there were
she
definitely
disciplines us differently.
there's,
That's
there's
all.
definitely I feel like when it comes to things that we did bad on, parents are like, okay, I'm gonna do it differently so that the kids don't repeat this mistake. But if it's for things that were like we weren't allowed to do, so there is no like our parents don't know if there's a consequence to this or not. They started to like free the reins with the young kids. They're like, okay, well, I didn't kill the first one, so now the second one I'm just not really gonna give a fuck because they're not gonna die. Like, I feel like they might have been mistakes made with the older child that the older child doesn't know, but the parent does. And because they're like, okay, well, she can die. All right, now the other kid, it's like that commercial where you see the parent with the first baby doing all the things, and then the second baby's like haphazardly hanging on one arm, sucking on his tit, and going out the door without shoes. You don't give a fuck anymore. The young kids can do whatever the fuck they want.
Clearly.
And
Clearly.
then it becomes, do you actually need to be stressed out over this? And if
Right.
the kids survive, then it's nope. Go ahead, do what you want.
Yeah, but the difference is like
It's bad.
are literally black and white. Like our personalities are completely different. Like she was more, I want to be outside. I want to do this. I was really like, I'm in the house, and my punishment was to go outside because I didn't want to be outside. So it was like, all right, get your ass
You got
outside.
punished with freedom?
Yes, and I would sit on the bench and like drain, like, oh, you want to play with us? No, I don't even know your names. Like, it was like, so my mom was like, okay, because the oldest didn't go out, now you're technically like the new child that's going out. So I got to make sure you don't do X, Y, and Z. Because my mom, speaking as her, like I went out and was bugging out, and I ended up having a child.
But that shit gonna be having nothing to do.
It's like, I don't want that to happen to me. And so, yeah, that's about it.
You saying it mighty nice, champ, but
I mean, I can't, I'm not going to speak for my sister's experience. As an adult, I can see but as a kid, I was like, well, your shit and you got caught. Like, literally, I did worse shit than my sister, and I just didn't get caught. That is the only difference. Like, if I got caught, I would probably have the same amount of, but I never got caught.
Just living for. We need a Rolodex of Zane faces.
We could.
Somebody to just
listen.
She's just saying no, but the thing is, I never got caught. So
you know what? You know, she's right. She's right. But I honestly feel like if she did, it would have been like, no, Asia, bad girl, and that would have been that.
I feel like
Whereas
it's definitely, bro.
Whereas with her siblings,
no,
okay.
No, listen.
Okay, let me ask the question. Let me ask you a question, Jax. Think about the worst thing you did. What was your punishment for it?
The worst thing that I got caught?
Yeah.
Leaving Zay's house after she told me I wasn't, breaking curfew.
What was your punishment?
I got punched in the face. And I got folded. It wasn't like, oh, I got folded and then I couldn't go outside. And because by then I started going outside. So now I was locked in the house. But like I was paying my own phone bill. Couldn't take my phone.
But you yo.
What are you talking about? You can't take it away. I pay my own.
That's all right.
But yeah. And the only reason why I didn't get my ass handed to me when I wilded out on the vice principal was because I was on honor roll. Like if they would have told her before honor roll night, I probably would have got my shit cracked. And not even by her, by my grandmother, because my grandmother worked for the DOE. So she was like, if you're gonna disrespect someone in the DOE, I'm gonna have someone whoop your ass. So that ass whooping probably would have took my life away. So I'm glad that if they told her the weeks before when it happened, it would have been a serious problem. Like for real. I ain't gonna
Listen.
I'm not gonna lie, that's the truth.
Again, Asia and I, we come from two. The worst thing I've ever done that I got caught for was.
But you bugged out.
What
SAT.
Oh yeah, I took my SAT. I took my SAT.
Didn't tell nobody.
I forgot to clue gang in. That's where I fucked up at. That's the time I ever fucked up like that. Anytime I knew I was gonna do, like, for me, okay, I did shit to get in trouble, but I got in trouble for everything, like for breathing this thing. If I knew that it was something I wanted to do, I'm gonna get fucked up behind. Best time of my life, because I know when I come over, you know what I'm saying? So I had just gotten off like 2 weeks of punishment for who knows. And so that Saturday was my SAT day. I went to take my, the shit was mad long. After this, I'm out of here. I'm wilding. So I took my SATs, I dipped out, and normally I would tell myself, oh, I'm here, here, and here. Hold it down. Like, if y'all can, hold it down. And they got you. But I just didn't. I don't know how to... Because I knew what I was going to do. Like, I knew. And I knew how it was going to... I didn't think it did. I knew it was going to be bad. So I go to my best friend's house. And my best friend lived 5 minutes. But I went to her house. And I slept over. And Asia was there. Like, we all stayed on. The next day, you thought a bitch died. My went to my other best friend house who building. Where she at? I know you're hiding. But the reason why that my mother's go-to is because everybody knew my mother was bad shit and she would always violate me. So my friends' mothers were always like, come here to eat. Come here so we can hide you. Come here so we can... Like, it would be like that. So when I disappeared, my mother thought I ran away. But anyway, so I think my little brother hit her up, Asia, on AIM and was like, yo, where's Zay? Or like, you know where Zay at? And so I'm like, tell him. Like, let him know or whatever. So she tells him, and he don't snitch on me for hours. Like, he really Quantico energy. Like she was like doing the get him to tell, but he didn't. But then when I walked through the door, I ain't have no bed. Like, I have no room. Nothing. She took my bed, my clothes, everything. Want to act like you don't live here? Now you don't. But I'm telling you, my siblings did the same shit, except worse, because they would disappear days at a time. And it was like, oh, you know, they just go. And it's growing pains. I'm like, bro, I slept on wood when I did that shit. But they did it, and you like they going through things. Like, my sister has told my mom, shh, I don't want to hear what you got to say. I haven't even been able to be like, hey, I think you were yelling a little loud. Like, I'm in my mother's direction. But my sister was straight like, but that's why I feel like she grew up watching the unfair treatment. And based off of that, she gave my mother hell. Do I condone? No. But do I appreciate it? Absolutely. Because it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I was literally like, every kid, every like the ideal kid that a parent, I was that kid. Straight A's, always cleaning, responsible for my siblings. Never complain. Never. My sister was like, "What you're not gonna do, mind you." So when my mother wanted to do the throw her little body and like no, so she was rebellious at a young age. So her later teenage years, and she was like yelling, and my mother would call me and be like, "Well, you gotta do," and I'll just call her like, "Bro, you gonna go home eventually or not?" Like, cause I'm not about, you know what I mean, and act like being around my mother is like, and like she used to just do the most, and I feel like she was so again like maybe Ajax said maybe my mother was as strict. My mother got pregnant really, really young, multiple times. So it's like maybe she thought her oldest daughter was gonna do the shit she did. I think it's hard. When she look at me, she literally, definitely like you're doing the most to me, and I'm surprised here in the streets doing whole time. I'm watching her play the game at her house, like thinking draw some wild shit, and whole time I'm watching Asia play Pokemon Stadium. Like I just like it just didn't add up. So I feel like my sister's like not so savory behavior comes from the fact that I didn't get a chance to be like that. So she, in her mind, even though I told her to stop doing that, because I'm like, you gotta live for you. Like I appreciate it. Like you can't live that life for both of us. My window to have that life to be a child is gone. It's over, and it's unfortunate, but you gotta live a better life. Don't be if you're gonna be rebellious off the shit that she did to you or whatever you're not with. Don't take my shit and then go and do whatever. Like, but that's how my younger siblings are. Like they was like treated our sister crazy, so now we're gonna make sure you're miserable, which is bad. But what you gonna do?
I'm still stuck on you spent one night out and came back to an empty ass room. Like,
Oh yeah, I am.
like,
Yeah, no bad, no nothing.
what the fuck? Like, it's not.
And if I'm not
funny, but,
mistaken,
like,
I'm pretty sure I got a beating on top of all that. On top of everything else, I got the shit beat out of me. So it was like, all right.
what the fuck, bro? I'm curious to know if Jax's worst punishment was getting folded for breaking curfew. What was the sibling? Because like you were saying, the worst thing that happened to your siblings in the same situation was they just be like, "Hey, this kids being kids." So
Yeah.
for you, Jax, what's the opposite for your siblings? If your siblings break curfew, what happens to them?
Oh no, her siblings used to get folded for real, for real. Like she
They
said, she
all
got folded.
No, like literally, we could all count our ass whoopings on one hand. Like my mom wasn't like the beat your ass mom. It was more so like you're on punishment. Give me your phone, stuff like that. Or you're not getting this time. Like her favorite thing
I
is
feel like Kevin would disagree with your. Kevin used to get fucked up, but it's okay.
And it still is can't count on one hand because I've every single ass whooping he's gotten, and it's literally because of like school shit. Like it wasn't like my brother didn't do nearly as much shit as me at all. Like my brother's like the saint. He's literally like me 2.0. Like except for more chill. Like I'm chill until I snap. He's just chill and chill at all times. Like so yeah, no. It literally is sad. Sadly to say, like my sister really, but she was the one, getting caught. I can't. She got caught. That's it. She got caught. That's it.
So you don't think there's any kind of like resentment amongst your siblings? You don't think your siblings look at you any old kind of ways they just looked at you before you
finished your
sentence?
but it's okay.
I'm not lying. Like I know that they like there's a competition but there really is no need to be a competition. Like,
Says the winner.
I'm not the winner, but like, I wasn't like a straight A student. Like, I was an A B.
I'm sorry.
You
What
don't have
college
to
did
be
you
any
get
of those
into?
things to be a favorite.
said
Hold
what?
on. What college did you get into, Jax?
I got into a number of CUNYs.
Name all of them. Name all of the colleges you got into.
I didn't get into BMCC, sadly.
Name all of the colleges you got into.
I got into Marist. I got into, what was the school in Connecticut that I
Why
went
is she
to?
about to really
She's about to
avoid
drag it into everyone but the most important one. That's what she's
What's
about
the
to do.
Ivy League college you got into, bitch? Don't play with me.
I was waitlisted.
Yo,
She said, I plead the fifth.
bitch.
Yeah, and granted, my mom didn't know about it until I
Doesn't
did
matter.
tell her 50 years later. So
It doesn't matter. You got in,
I got
but you still
demoted
ain't
from
tell
the
us which
people.
one it was. Well, for the
And the-
record,
It rhymes with ginger ale. That's what I'm
Yeah.
going to say.
it rhymes with kale.
Right, kale.
Which one was it that you got into?
listen, I don't boast about these things.
I don't give a
It
fuck
just
what you.
really
I
didn't
answered the
anything.
question.
You already know
I'm
the
a
answer.
straight A student. Where did you get into?
I got into Yale, but it
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
mean anything. Like,
Right.
it really doesn't.
It doesn't?
Tell you what.
Maybe
The
we just hype
lady-
as hell because one of our students got into a
privilege.
prestigious Ivy League school. You want me to tell him that it means nothing?
That's my baby. I said to me. I didn't say it to anybody.
Oh, okay.
But I don't even think she hears her privilege.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? The fact that she can be like, yeah, I got into Yale, but it don't mean
Because I applied to the colleges at 11:59. Like, I did.
it worse. You make it worse.
You are the privileged. You get to decide
Right.
what is the parameters of what counts as privilege. Notice how you're like, but I wasn't getting straight A's. Who says that that's what makes you the favorite child? Only you, the favorite child.
Your
is saying
academic
that's what-
prowess don't got nothing to do with why you the know that.
I mean, I know I'm the favorite child on my. It was funny. I was the favorite child for my dad, but I was the hated child for my mother, even though I was her only child.
That's crazy.
So I got both behaviors. So like my father, because I was the oldest and I was the closest to him in terms of like spending time with him, he would always like talk to me as if we were a team. And I don't think he realized it made it very much seem like to my siblings that they weren't on the same side as me. I don't think he realized like you're creating a rivalry between us, not from my end, but from theirs, because all they see is you talk to me like we're buddy, but you talk to them like you're commander in chief. And that's very different, you know? And a lot of times he'll compare them to me. He's like, oh, Narley didn't do this when she was your age. Why are you doing this? And I'm like, that we're completely different people. You can't say that. And he would always, you know, if he can't get them under control, he'll be like, oh, I'm going to tell your older sister if y'all don't, you know, get in line. And I'm like, Dad, when you do that, you make it seem like I have the power to take away their happiness or their joy or put them on punish. Like, don't do that, because that puts me in a tough spot of them looking at me as if I'm the enforcer instead of their sister. You know, and I don't think he realized that, like, he was making it tougher for me to create a genuine relationship with them because you're separating us by treating us that way. Like, you can tell anytime I needed something for college, my dad was like ready to like buy all of IKEA. But, you know, my siblings so much as want a video game, and my dad goes into a speech about the poison of video games to society and the development of children. And I'm like,
that sounds like something you can relate to, buddy.
Not really.
Dad, what are you doing?
What?
I didn't go away to school.
What I'm
But
doing?
then you have my mom, where I'm her only child, and she would treat me as if I was out here twerking for real
I'm dead.
from the age of like 12 years old, you know. And she like, I got beat for like quote unquote being a fast girl, and I'm like, Ma, I read books and I watch Lord of the Rings over and over and over again. Trust and believe, ain't nothing hot girl summer happening over here
That ass.
at
Oh,
all.
really not.
It
But yeah,
sounds like it's like parents kind of also perpetuated the ideation that we need to be like in competition with one another too. Because like my dad started it
yes,
or kept it going when he was like, "Yeah, snitch on your brother. Tell me what he's doing. Like, go be my spy. Here's a donut. Here's a Snickers bar." And like
Yeah.
Zay, you were even like, "Yeah, my mom kept that shit up." Like,
No,
Jax,
she
you
did.
even
Because even though I was the black sheep, I never told. But if my brother
no, you have to say all that over. Your mic just went completely dead.
can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Now we can, yeah.
I was saying, like, even though I was the black sheep, he never told. When my sibling, he, I don't gotta worry about this shit from Zay. That take the good qualities or the qualities in me, them to hurt my siblings, and I'm like, oh, first of all, you barely like me, and then when you when you do nice, them do that because they're not me. You know what? Academics, because it was the place that I went to. So of course I'm gonna get good grades and right shit. Good there, safe there. I ate. It was easy for me to be excellent somewhere when I didn't have the. You know what I'm saying? But my siblings didn't have that luxury, so she would take the one good thing that she liked about me, and whenever they like failed at it, she would like throw it in their faces, like, "Oh, C's are unacceptable," and all types of stupid shit.
And we definitely already heard how Golden Child, I mean, sorry, Jax, kind of kept up the. Jax kind of kept up the rivalry going in her household. Kuchiki, do you feel like your parents played a role in your rivalry or lack thereof?
Yeah, definitely. Just in terms of like perpetuating things, like I'm not gonna hold you, and not even just like with my sister, but like in terms of like my cousins who were like all come from backgrounds where like they're growing up with siblings their age. Like I think I looked like a very privileged child, a very, I don't know, I guess the golden child of my family, because not only was I clearly my mom's favorite, but I was also definitely my grandmother's favorite on my mom's side and on my dad's side. So like growing up, there was nothing wrong that I could really do. Even when I got to the age of, 13 and started rebelling against everything, it was very much like, that's still really, and much like you guys, like I wasn't out really doing shit. I was mostly just not going to school and staying home and watching TV. Um, and I wasn't really getting punished for it. I mean, I literally can recall I was about 16 years old telling my mom, like, listen, I'm not going to school today. I will be at home. At least you know where I'm at. And it is what it is. Even if I leave out of the house and I go to the school, like, I'm not going to go inside. I'm just going to walk past the school, or I'm going to go inside the school and then come right back out. And at a certain point, it was just like, okay, like I can't fathom, honestly, anybody else in my family being able to do that shit and like not getting their ass whooped. I can't fathom my sister, if she were that age, if she had said something like that to my mom, like her actually being able to get away with it at the time. So I think just by the result of like not really getting into trouble like that. I'm not gonna say that I was like a perfect child when I was young, because I definitely did some shit, but definitely didn't get as many ass beatings as my cousins or my niece and my nephews. And I think, I'm not sure if it really created a rivalry, but people definitely noticed. So all that's why I say, like, Jax, it's not, don't have any shame in like being the golden child. Like, it's literally not really something that you can do. No. Nah, ain't no shame.
Jax need to feel that shame. Wait a minute.
Wait.
Jax does. Anybody else but Jax?
Balance out for all the
Yes.
I think that Jax doesn't feel about that too. That makes sense.
Because remember last time we played the One Gotta Go? I'm still holding on to that. Oh.
Facts.
Yeah, no. To be able to tell your parent what you're not finna do, yeah,
it's privilege.
You got some privilege, and I'm looking at Calba's face, and I'm just like, I wish I'm grown, and I still just trip and slip over words, trying to tell my parent what I'm not. I wish I would fix my mouth to tell my mother. Sis, could you imagine us trying to tell Mom what we not going to? We tried to take Ma to dinner for her birthday, and it was the three sisters sitting there, just like it. We was just sitting there stressed. It don't go well. It definitely doesn't go. It don't go out of me, Calba, and our other sister Ashley. I would say Calba and I are probably tied for favorite. With Ma, definitely don't. I think Ashley. That's not to say Ashley isn't like Mommy loves Ashley, but I just think that Mommy loves and likes us a little, because Ashley is very much like, I'm gonna say what I got to say. I don't give a fuck who you are, and we'd be like, that's Ma. Don't talk to Ma that way. And Mommy is. She is a Southern Belle, and you're not finna talk to no Southern Belle no type of way. You're not finna. There's just certain decibels you don't go over. And Ashley is a city girl. Ashley gonna go over them decibels. And I'm the oldest out of the three of us, and I don't go over those decibels with mine. Like. And mine straight up was like, oh, you bought a new house? You're not taking this, you're not taking that. I'm going to make sure you have new stuff because I don't like the stuff that you think you're taking. No, we're not. And what was I going to do? Be like, no, Ma. I was like, okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Calba was like, you could tell Ma that you don't want to do that. I cannot. Well, Mommy said, we're not taking it, so we're not taking it. We just had, literally like an hour ago, me and Calba was in the kitchen like, all right, so here's how we gonna phrase this for Ma. And Calba was like, I ain't trying to get in trouble with Ma. Like, we be sitting here trying to strategize. And our sister be like, I don't give a fuck about the strategy. I'm gonna do what the fuck I want. And we just be like, girl, be blessed. Go ahead. We just say, we ain't got it. We don't, some shit we just don't do. And I don't know, is there an age that we get to where we be like, fuck it and fuck it? Like,
I gotta say, for Venomous Jackson, you know, when your parents start to open up and see just how fucked up your little sister was getting shit, trust and believe it. Okay, this is the petty side of me talking, but it feels so good when your parents have that eye-opening experience because it's a win-win. On one hand, the parents now can't look you in the eye because they realize, damn, this is where I went wrong. And at the same time, your sibling who's like having a hard time realizing they can't get away with shit anymore because now parents done peaked. Now you get to watch them get the extra anger from the parent because you done made a fool out of the parent now. And if there's one thing I know about parents is They do not like knowing that you made a fool of them. If you was gonna get level 2 punishment, the moment they realize you made a fool out of them, now you about to get level 10. Now I'm gonna violate on all fucking levels. So it's very fun to watch once that starts to happen. But in the time before that, when they can do no wrong and you get all the punishment, that shit sucks. That shit absolutely is terrible. And let's be clear, I couldn't talk to my mom whichever way I wanted when I was a child. She's an African mother, okay? This lady beat me out of my sleep with a buckle bell because she thought I said the wrong thing to my grandmother who doesn't speak English. But nowadays, like, she lucky if I return her text or her phone call. She just don't have to take it as it is. And when I get there, she be like, can I cook you this? Can I cook you that? And then she has to go out. So things change as you get older. That's all I can say.
I don't know. I don't have it in me.
Oh shit! Well, damn. She got balls on her venomous. I was gonna say VJ, but that sounds too close to for JJ, so I skipped it.
What? That they opened their eyes because she was caught screwing 3 dudes she just met in their house on their bed. That is. Zay is like, city girl, hot girl.
I would be on Snap. See, I don't.
I got a question. Is she still the favorite
I'm gonna have to kill you. I'm gonna have to kill you that one good time. I'm gonna have to take you out.
I'm gonna have to kill you a little bit. Is she still the favorite after that? Because I don't know. Flo said if she was having a party, like party. Let's all get faded.
That's wild.
Is she still the favorite, or have you usurped her power? Have you taken over as the favorite? That's the question. That's what I want to know. I want to know if you have risen in the ranks. Is that even a thing? Wait, what?
Oh, she's in severe.
The mother doesn't want to believe her precious angel did that. Nah. Nah. What up, Zerky Jerk? Yo, nah.
See, that's that privilege right there. That's privilege on 10,000. Your girl done did the Eiffel Towering and performed a damn sex video in front of your eyes, and you still want to pretend that's your little angel? Yeah, she got angel wings, alright.
Cowboy watches a lot of porn. She named right
now. No.
She's just out of her.
I'd be scarred for life. Oh no, I'd have to go on a killing spree.
Marks the dude out at shotgun point.
Oh, that's how you do it, Dad.
Appreciate
that's how you
do it. Rebel Queen. Yo,
that's how you do it. Shotgun.
But now that makes me think: Can you lose your spot as the favorite? Jax, don't answer that because your answer is no. The rest of us know this. Can we lose our spots as the favorite? Would you gonna say yeah?
Yes, you absolutely can.
The rest of us can maybe, but you can't.
Yeah, you haven't.
Probably slap your mother and still be the favorite. Your mother would just be like, Jax was having a bad day.
I would be. My mother though. That's my mother. My mother favorite run that deep. My sister could really do anything. She'd be like, "Oh, your sister was just having a bad day." Like, oh, okay.
Can the favorite change? So the favorite stays the same.
No, I mean, the favorite in my family fluctuates between my older brother and my younger sister, but it's always been the two of them. So basically, whoever my mother is mad at the least that week, that's the favorite. But it's only ever out of the two. It never goes to me or my other brothers. It's just my older brother or my sister.
I think the favorite can change a lot based on circumstances. Like, I'm my father's favorite, but I realize that a big part of why I stay his favorite is circumstantial. I'm the oldest. I'm the one that can help him with the stuff that he needs help with. The other 3 don't know how, and he doesn't like his wife. So he, by default, I'm the favorite because if you piss me off, you're screwed. So he lets me do whatever the fuck I want because damn, I gotta call her to help me figure this thing out because I literally don't have anybody else. But if he got along with his wife, bro, I'd be left out all the way. Like his 75th birthday, I was left out. They threw a whole birthday party. He knew about it, and I got pictures. That was how I knew about it. Someone said he sent me pictures saying, "Oh, look at my birthday celebration," and then tried to lie to me about why he left me out of his birthday party. So yeah, I'm favorite by default. So I'm like, does that really? The follow-up question to that is, does that really count as the favorite?
Or just the most favorite is still a favorite.
If you could get replaced.
I think for my situation, like I don't think I'll ever not be my mom's favorite, but I think just in terms of like relative to where we're at today, like my sister and my mom live together now, so I think I can't even say for sure that like my sister and my mom are closer, but that is what it feels like because they've had a chance to like strengthen their bond and become like bosom buddies, which I like fully support because it's actually great to see their relationship like being strengthened. But like there are still certain things that like my mom will only tell me that she definitely won't tell my sister. So it's like I think I'm the favorite, but I think who my mom is closer to has switched. Both in terms of like, oh, like, I think my sister can consider my mom a closer friend than I mean, I don't really even consider. I think I do have a friendship with my mom now, but it is like the beginning of one. Whereas my sister can say like, oh yeah, they do like friendly things together. But as far as like being the favorite, at least in my situation, that isn't going to change, or that hasn't changed so far.
Mm.
That's interesting. I definitely feel like the favorite has shifted in my situation. Like I was a favorite because I was like, I'm the girl, I'm the youngest. And now I feel like it's my brother again. Like, well, not again, but I feel like my brother is my father's favorite right now. Mostly because of where we are in our relationship. Because I'm making it clear, like, yes, I am your child, but I am not a child. And I think that breaking that glass of, like, not a delicate, a grown-ass woman, see me as that. Then there is kind of like, all right, well, if you want to be a grown-ass woman, this one makes 6 figures. So this is my new favorite because he could buy me all the toys. I'm okay with that. Let him buy you all the toys because I'm broke. How do you think your rivalries have like impacted how you navigate like adulthood, like your adult relationships with your siblings? Do you still look at them and like secretly want to punch them in the throat, or are you like, no, we're so close now?
I'm kind of in the middle. Like they're adults now. They're adults now, so I'm realizing they're discovering a lot of new things that I'm just like, especially the R-rated stuff, still freaks me out because I'm like, no, and then I gotta remember like, but wait, I gotta remind myself of how I was at that age and remember like it's young to me, but to them they're older. So I gotta like chill out and not have the mom reaction. But I'm actually kind of excited that they're at least one of them is getting towards legal age. Because like now we can try and build that sibling relationship that we didn't have because of our parent situation. When we're kids, we're at the mercy of our parents and their immaturity and their own issues. Who we live with, how we live with them, it's all at their mercy. But now that she's getting older, she's away at college, I'm living on my own, and she can drive, and I'm going to learn how to drive. Don't say a thing, Tony. I can now figure out like, okay, yeah, let's have a couple of drinks at my house. Sorry, Let's have a
I'll
couple
say
of drinks at
something.
my house and chill and talk. Whereas we couldn't do that before because their mother does not like that.
Get your fucking license.
I said not to say anything, ho.
Wow.
Get your fucking license now. I said two things. I listened. Coochie.
Anything, anything.
Oh, you said 8 things, not anything. That amendment came too late.
I said any first time. The playback.
Do you feel like any of the rivalry has the rivalry at all impacted how you see your bond with your siblings now? Yeah, that face is like, not really.
I'm gonna just say it like this. I see both my brother and my sister as adults, and I'm just like, I respect where you're at, but I'm not. I feel like I'm not necessarily missing anything. As far as my brother, like, me and him might as well be the same person. Like, I'm not reaching out first. He's not reaching out first, and it's just. I feel like if we walk down the street and saw each other, we might give each other a head nod, but would likely keep it moving. And that's not out of like disrespect or anything. It's just like it is what it is. And with my sister, it's like I lived with her last year for a bit. We grew closer. We got to learn more about each other. I think I have a newfound respect for her. But I also don't need to like. I respect where she's at in life, and that's what it is. I don't need to have this super close bond with her because she's crazy. To be honest, a lot of folks in my grandmother's family are crazy, myself included. And sometimes two crazies don't mix. So I don't know if that answered the question, but that's where I'm at. That's it.
Feel that 1,000%. CJ.
I feel like me and my sister are closer now. Does my mic sound better now? Just wanted to make sure. I guess my snowball is dying, so I'm glad I got the Yeti. But I think me and my sister are way closer now that we're older. Like younger us was like we're always butting heads, even though we have each other's back. Like we wouldn't snitch on each other, but when we got at it, we was always going at it. Now I think she feels more heard, and because I guess, the one that always has to be the in between. Like when her and my mother are going at it, I'm always the go-to, and I have to be like, okay, well, this is what she's feeling. Now, granted, when me and my sister were younger, we were going through the same thing and didn't know, and we were attacking each other. And then when we got older, we found out and we was like, oh, that's why we were so angry at each other. But besides that, and then my younger brother is like, he's just chill. It's kind of like what Kuchiki's going through. I love my brother to death. Everybody knows that's my baby. Right now, adult him is getting on my motherfucking nerves. And it's like, like, I have an iPhone now. So I know when you bitches read my shit, because he ain't turned his read receipts off. So I see you open the text, but you don't text me back for days, talk about you lie. There's screenshots. He's like, so it's like, I have to start reaching out more. Because, at first I was like, oh, I'm the older sister. You have to reach out to me because that's how, like, the fucking women in the family act. And I'm like, no, I got to break that shit. I'm going to break it now. So, but, like, me and my brother were, like, the closest. And now we're, like, more further apart. So, but it's more because I'm annoyed and I'm not going to try. But I'm going to try. And that doesn't make sense, but that's what I'm at.
Okay.
That's what we at.
I don't know. I guess all of my siblings, we're all getting closer to each other now because we're starting to see that we're not the problem. You know what I mean? Like what we thought, whatever beef we thought we had with each other, manifested and perpetrated by my parents. So I guess now that we're all like away from them, we're like, honestly, they're the garbage bag. You know, so I feel like we are getting better now. But I don't know, yeah. I guess that's pretty much it. We are closer now than we were when we were, but also kind of further apart too. Like I guess I could say I was closer to my little brother when I was younger because we only 2 years apart. But now that we're older, he has a different personality than me. Like he's not really like empathetic. He's more like everything is comic relief. Like if it's like directly benefiting him, he does not care. So I think that's why we're not as close now because it's like I'm like a bleeding heart all the time, and he's like, "Fam, stop being a pussy. Like cut that out. Like don't do that. Like don't let them use you. Don't let them like." He's very much so he keeps his distance. He keeps his distance from me because he worries. Because he knows that he does stuff that like I don't agree with. So instead of like telling me what he does so I could fret about it, he'll be like, I'm alive, love you. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? So we're not as close as we were, but my sister and I, we weren't close when we were younger because I was always like having to be her mom instead of her sister. But I guess now that I can be her sister, we're a lot closer. So
That's good that the competition didn't sour the relationship.
yeah.
I would say for me, we got close and then we were like, all right, that's enough. I think it played out differently in different households for me. Like with one of my sisters, we were super close growing up because we were like always around each other. And then as we got older, we were just like, if you need me, call me. I've always been the type that's like foster the relationship organically. Don't force it. If you force it, it's not gonna work out. And my older brother, because he is the oldest, has always taken on that like I have to be the parent because our birth mom died when we were young. So he was like, I gotta step up because it's just us now. And I'm like, fam, you are not my father. And when he was trying to be the parent and telling me what we gotta do for the younger siblings, I'm like, I do not have kids. I didn't have the same response. I didn't have the same sense of responsibility that he had. I was just like, they either gonna want to do it or they not. Let them figure it out. And he like, no, they don't have the opportunities that we have. And I'm like, and they're gonna figure it out or they're gonna fall on their face. It's one or the other. I'm gonna give them a band-aid or I'm gonna pass them, like pick them up, like one or the other. But I like, if you keep trying to force me to do something, one, I'm not gonna do it. But two, it's not gonna work out. And when I tried to do it his way just to make him happy, like me and my younger siblings bumped heads because my younger sister was like, who is this strange person basically coming in trying to tell me what to do? She felt like how I felt. This person I don't really know is coming to tell me how to live my life, and I don't fuck with that. And my brother did the same thing. My younger brother, he going to look you in your face and tell you exactly what you want to hear and then go do exactly what the fuck you want to do. And I'm like, I'm wasting my breath. So where I tapped out and I'm like, let them do what they want and let them live with the consequences. My brother's like, no, we got to put the training wheels, the guardrail. We got to save the siblings. And I'm like, do we? And so we kind of bumped heads over that. But then as time went on and as we got older, My brother was like, "Oh, y'all made your own relationship," and I'm like, "Yeah, cause you left us alone. You let us just kind of like, it's like when you at a party and you wall hugging and somebody comes over and is like, "Hey, I like your shoes," and then you just start having a conversation on your own. Yeah, when you leave us alone, we could kind of just, be like, "What's up?" No, I'm not saving these hoes. I mean siblings. I'm not putting on a cape.
Captain Save.
Yeah. I'm not doing
Yo,
it.
they
Like, I'm
hate
not.
that shit. They really do.
I'm about to
They do
time
not
Jax
like.
out.
They do
I'm
not
not.
like being
Me,
told what to
I
do.
didn't write the full word.
You about to get timed out. But nah, I'm not
Yeah.
like. I feel like no one wants to be told what to do, and you definitely don't want to be told what to do. But it's like when you're at work, you don't want your coworker coming to tell you how to do. You gonna be like, "Fam, you are not my boss," and that's how your siblings feel. When you try to tell them what to do, they be like, "Fam, you are not the parent. Shut up." So I'm like, do it. Do what you want. You come to me, you ask my opinion, I'll give it. Otherwise, figure it out.
See,
I
that's
got
easier
Google.
said than done though, because as the resident teller what to do to my siblings, I didn't enjoy that. I didn't enjoy having to tell them what to do, but listen. If you listened, I wouldn't have to say anything to you. Like you making it. First of all, I'd rather be out with my friends and doing fun with my people. No, I gotta babysit you because when I talk, you do the most and make us both look bad. So it's not like I wouldn't like to organically just my or have the opportunity to have just been my sibling's sister, but the situation that I was put in, I had to be their second mom because they used to try to drag it, and whenever they would drag it, I would get in trouble for them dragging. Just do what I say, and we could all have a clean my room.
Do what I say.
Yeah, not honestly, because I was never, in the shows or whatever, it's always the older sibling like trying to get one up. I was never that sibling. I never turned my siblings into my mini slave. But if I told you to do something, get it done because I'm telling. Like
Not Sierra with the choreo.
You said what?
Not Sierra with the choreo musicness. He's
Really
like, when you fall on your ass, I'm gonna do the I told you so motherfucking ass dance.
Right.
I'm Sierra with the choreo.
Right. But it's like, if I gave you instruction and you chose to ignore me, because obviously if I'm telling you something, it's because I know our parents want. So do not ignore me because I'm directly from them. You mess this up for everybody. And it's like, damn, we was all rooting for you and you
hit him with the timer.
You giving us all a hell, like
for you.
We were rooting for you. I was rooting for you.
That's how I feel. Like if I tell them something and they don't listen to me, and then like I feel bad, but it's like you really come on. You really should have listened, bro. Because now I can't go nowhere because you didn't listen to me. You can't go nowhere because you didn't listen to me. Like now because you wanted to be rebellious. Now we hot in the house when we could have been outside. Like no, just listen. It ain't about forcing a relationship organically because unfortunately the older sibling is tasked with making sure whatever the little siblings got to do gets done. So if I say something, follow it, and you can do what you want. I don't give a hell if you spend the night and y'all do whatever. All right, fine. Just make sure your room is clean and your chores is done because I don't want to hear about it. I'll be damned. I've been outside more than likely with her, and my mother called like, "Didn't I tell you to tell your brother to do the dishes?" I told him. He just didn't listen. Now I gotta come home because he didn't do it. That's not. It's like the suckiest job being the older sibling. If you're not the favorite, it's the suckiest job being older because literally you get in trouble for shit you do. You get in trouble for shit they do. You get in trouble. Like, just do the shit. Just listen. Just listen. If you listen, everything is gonna be okay. But y'all wanna, I'm my own person. I'm trying to fix. Nobody asked you that. Did you clean the dishes or not? Like, that's it. I don't care about. I'm triggered. Like, I really am, because I feel like y'all not really grasping the job of an older sibling is so dumb. Because it's really like, y'all are really making us raise kids we didn't put for JJ's. Like, what? Like, this is not my child. Talking about my brother, one time, my brother was like really, he's like 60 pounds with like a wet brick in his pocket. And when he was younger, he was tall and lanky or whatever. And like, this boy who I now realize liked me and like didn't get my attention was bullying him. So, but I wasn't trying to give him the time of day. So I was across the street hanging with my, and he lifted my brother up and slammed him onto a car. Like onto a car. And so I had time. I'm 5'1.5", and this man was like 6 foot something, and I had to stuff him. I had to, because I knew that if I didn't and I went home. And what did you do when your brother was being slammed onto that car? Like, first of all, it's too late. What the I can't do nothing. I had to punch this person, and even I still got in trouble, because what my mother said was, well, why was your back turned long enough for your brother to be slammed onto a car? Bruh! Like, I don't know. Like, I didn't know he was him off the ground. I'm like literally like maybe 5 feet away from him, talking to my friend this way. The car is this way. I had no idea they even until I saw his little body hit the car. So y'all don't understand. Just do what you're told. That's it. Behaviors, because I promise you, it's gonna be easy for this is for all the younger siblings. All the younger siblings out there. Listen. Let me tell y'all something.
She is going.
No, I just want to say this.
She is upset.
No, all the younger siblings out there. We don't want to tell y'all what to do either. Let me say, we don't want to be y'all parents. We don't want to be your mamas. We don't want to be your grandmamas. We don't want to. But because our parents decided to be fast and be in these streets, we were saddled with the responsibility of looking after y'all whack asses. So if y'all do what we say and keep it cute, we will all be all right. But since y'all want to act like, yeah, I'm grown, I don't give a fuck about none of that. I'm just trying to be outside. I'm trying to make it day to day. I'm out here trying to, create personalities and shit. Listen, don't wait till mommy get home for that person. Do what you gotta do and leave it at that. Because then you go and then don't lie to me. That's really gonna get thing. If I ask you where you going, yeah, I'm going to my friend's house. If you want a lot of our parents, that's my lie to them. They deserve it. But if I ask you where you going and you lie, and I get in trouble because you lied, come on now. Because at least if you tell me the truth, I can find you and get you to wherever you before we all get caught. And that's my point. If we work together as a cohesively as a unit, life would be easier. But y'all younger siblings, man, y'all really think we was born like, oh, can't wait to raise some kids, like, fuck yes. No, but I just wanted to just put that out there. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Yo, she really just came for all the middle and youngest siblings. And that's on period. Yo. It's the TED Talk for me. Yo, she really violated, and I was here for it. I was here for every second of it. That shit was
I
insane.
think for me, my experience is a little different than Zay's, just because I was the oldest sister, the oldest child, but I didn't live with my siblings. My siblings lived with my father. So the sister after me had to take on all the responsibilities, but I got all the privileges. So they saw me being able to do whatever I want, but she had to wake up the kids in the morning and get them dressed for school and all of that stuff, and then had to listen to my father criticize her about not being more like me, the sister that didn't have to do shit. So I know her ass hates me. But I think where I focus my energies is like I try to teach my dad how to be a better parent. Like I find myself oftentimes in situations where I gotta explain to my dad the inner workings of his children or why certain patterns are happening. Because he didn't really raise me. I lived with my mother. I only saw him on weekends. And so when he decided to have 3 more kids, he was like, oh, raising you was really simple. I could do 3 more kids. And I'm like, Dad, you didn't raise me. So now he has these 3 kids and they start acting out, doing this stuff. And he thinks they're misbehaving. And I'm like, no, Dad, they're not. This is how kids are. And so trying to parent him behind my sister's back, being like, okay, you can't say this to them. You can't talk like that. You can't do punishment this way. That was really hard because just like the younger siblings, my parent don't want me telling them what to do. And I'm like, you think I want to be here giving you 101 on how to parent your own children? You decided to give birth to these kids, not I. But yet I am here trying to help you build a relationship with your kids so they don't have PTSD like I do. Like, I can't tell you how many times I had to say to my dad, as the first of your children who knows how you are, you don't know how you are as a parent because you've never had to parent yourself. I do. Listen to me when I say you can't do this shit. Listen to me when I say that the lesson you think you teaching is not the lesson you teaching. You think you teaching Black pride. What you're doing is killing my soul. Can you not do that with them? Can you not? Look at me. I'm telling you, this did not work. Don't repeat the same mistake, motherfucker. Like, what are you doing? Help me help you help your kids. They're not my kids. And he don't want to listen. And then when he messes up, be like, you know what, Nale, you know what the kids did? What did they do? The very thing I said they were going to do if you did the thing that I told you not to do. Why? And then he got the nerve to be like, so why you don't want kids? Why should I? I'm raising yours. Of course I don't want kids. I'm raising your babies. I already got 3 by that definition.
I have like vastly different experiences from y'all, and this is like wildly entertaining and eye-opening for me because didn't have to parent my parent and didn't have to worry about my oldest brother trying to fight my battle. Well, the one time my father tried to force my brother to fight my battle for me, but I was taught to fight my own battles. So the one time it was my first fight against a boy. A boy punched me in the face and broke my glasses. And me, being raised, I had that parent that was like, if you lose, you gonna get your ass whipped twice. One, by the person that beat your ass, and then second, by me. So figure it the fuck out. So I'm like, oh no, you're not about to punch me and think that's it. I'm finna mollywop your ass. But he ran. So now I'm like, fuck, he broke my glasses. How do I explain to my father that this boy sneak punched me and then broke my glasses in one hit? Like, how do I explain this? So I get to, I finally explain it to my dad. I see my dad. I'm like, dude, like, he hit me. I didn't see it coming. Like, he ran from behind me and I didn't do anything to him. So I didn't know to expect to be randomly punched and the boy broke my glasses. So this is like my brother at this point has to be like 19, 20. And so my father waits for my brother to come home. My brother just got this job. So my brother comes home and like his button up, his tie, like pantsuit, shoe. And my father, Harlem in his soul, is like, put your hoodie on, put your jeans on, put your Timbs on. We knock on this boy's door. And my brother's like, excuse me. And my father's like, so boy just hit your sister. You have to protect your sister. And my father's like, and my brother's like, but fam, like she fights. I don't fight. She fight. Why? There is a 6-year difference. This feels like assault. This feels very wrong. My father's not listening to any of that. My father's just telling my brother, you have to change. You have to defend your sister. And I'm just like, oh my God, my father's going to kick my ass because I lost the fight. Technically, he hit me. I didn't hit him back. Technically, that's an L, isn't it? Isn't that? In my head, I'm just still concerned that I lost this damn fight. So my brother changes. We go knock on this kid's door. All 3 of us, because we're a fucking family unit. And my brother's just like, why in my hair? And I'm just like, I'm going to get in so much trouble. My father knocks on the door. The boy that hit me answers the door. And now the boy is terrified because he sees all 3 of us. He's like, oh, she got her family. My father's like, go get your mother. So the boy gets his mother. Mother shows up. And he's like, you know, your kid broke my kid's glasses. You're replacing my glasses. Now the son is in the background. I got a brother too. And my father's like, she got a brother. Her brother will beat you and your brother. And my brother is like, I will do none of those things. My brother's terrified. Because my brother's not, like, in his brain, it's not like he's not going to defend me. But it's more like the gap in age is so great. I feel like I'm pouncing on a child. So my brother is terrified. And then the woman, of course, is like, did you hit the girl? And the boys eventually like, yeah, I hit her. I broke her glass. So they work it out without anyone having to come to blood. I miraculously don't get in trouble. I'm still daddy's princess. And all is right with the world. But that was the one time when my brother was supposed to defend me. And my brother was just like, I'm not pouncing on a child. Like, I'm
Hey, mi casa, su casa.
not doing that. Like, that my brother would not. No, but there was one time when my brother had an issue with a girl, and my brother, despite our age difference, had no problem being like, yo, you better watch it if I get my sister to fuck you up. And I'm like, what about the age difference? I thought we was too far in age to be fighting each other's battles. You better square up. You better figure that out. But I do have, my younger siblings are twins, boy and a girl. And I had to tell my sister, I'm like, you can't let your brother hit a girl. So if a girl hits him, you got to be prepared to punch her in the face. Like, you just on, you shouldn't have to like hold off and slap the tongue out her mouth. Unfortunately, because he can't go around punching girls in their face. My brother's also very like, my little brother's very like peaceful. And he won't. Did somebody, one of y'all order food? Kuchiki? I guess it was Amina. But like, so I'm just like, if someone physically assaults your brother, he's so like kind, he's not gonna defend himself. So if and girls typically knew this about my younger brother, and so I'm like, you can't just keep letting your brother get like punched. Like, you gotta like, but they can't stand each other. And I think they can't stand each other because as twins, it's often like, y'all are twins, do the same thing, wear the same clothes, go to the same place. And they are very different. And so it got frustrating for them to always be expected to be in the same places at the same time, in the same outfits, like the same thing. And they couldn't be more, they're not even identical. They're freaking they are 2 totally different people. But because y'all are born at the same time, y'all are expected to show up for the same. And one of them has a terminal illness, so it was always like, I know for my sister, it was always like, there is clearly a favoritism here because my brother gets treated differently than she does. And so I know that there's a struggle there. So I'm just like, y'all don't even be fucking with each other. Because she dead ass was about to let my brother get jumped by a bunch of girls and was about to walk on past. And I'm just like, huh. So I had to tell my sister the next time, you see your brother in an altercation with a girl and you don't defend him, I'ma beat your ass. However you want to do the math, baby, figure it out. But if you let my brother get beat up by a girl because he's not gonna swing on a girl, I'm gonna swing on you. Figure it out. See your life. See your whole life. See it flash before your eyes. And then eventually, like, she started like defending him because at first she was just like, I don't want to associate with him. Like, fam, everyone knows y'all are twins. It doesn't matter. Like, stop letting him get picked on and beat up by girls because you don't want to associate with him. He's not gonna hit a girl. So defend him, please. The same way that he defended you when a boy was ready. Homie climbed on a tree and was swinging a tree branch to defend her, but she's ready to let girls slap up on him because she like, I don't like him. I don't care. That's your brother. Now they're very much like, okay, I got like some respect for you. All right, I guess. They still have their squabbles, but like, I'm like, y'all ain't got to like each other, but you're not gonna let beef with each other on your own. Don't let somebody else disrespect y'all. That's it. Like, I say the same thing. I could call my sister out with her name, but you do it. That jaw, you gonna need a straw, baby. Like, you not calling my sister out her name. I could call her what I want. That's my sister, and I'm gonna do it in private. But if I hear you say something about my sister, we got beef, bruv. Like, we got problems. That's how I was raised. Like, fam said I push little kids. Not little Timothy. We not pushing little Timothy. Nah, you defend your siblings in public. You fight with them in private, but you defend them in public. I had a fight with my sister in private all day, every day. Me and my sister used to like literally fight, come to blows. We square up. What's up? But you're not swinging on my sister in public. Don't even think about it. We're not doing that. Because I'm going to fight you. I'm going to fight you over my sister. I used to. I'm not like that anymore. I'm safe. I have Jesus. The way Zay's face was like, do you? Like, wow, Zay. Wow. I am covered by the Lord. Thank you.
Listen, the Lord got hands too, so
try Jesus, though. Not me.
Right, the Lord got hands. The Lord be out here spiting the shit out of people. You talking about Jesus? All right.
That's how we were raised.
The Lord don't even got patience. The Lord get mad and that's it. Done. Like, you talking about the Lord? What?
Here's a plague. Here's a flood.
Right.
Like shit.
Because he was straight annihilating.
Like
out.
Oh Lord. This is insane. This has been a really great therapeutic talk. I feel. The hair flip. It's the hair flip for me. Thank you, Zay. This has been a great talk. I got to learn about y'all and y'all family members, y'all sibling rivalries. Woo! Venomous. Baby. And Florence. Adopt me. Let me into your family. Let me be a sibling.
7'2"? You are 2 feet taller than me? I'm upset.
Wait, Venomous. You said 7'2"? Do you mean 6'2"? Or you mean 7'2"? Wait a minute. Venomous, are you 7'2" or 6'2"? Hold the fuck up. Wait, what? You are 7 fucking 2?
He is a pleasant child, different in height than me. You could put my little sister on my head and that would be his height.
Oh my god.
Now I'm changing his nickname to the Vajay. You know what?
What the fuck? Yo.
And he's almost 10 years younger than me.
Jax. Jack's gonna be a sugar mama. Yo.
Oh, nah, he
7
knows he's
fucking
cute. No.
2.
He knows he's cute. He wouldn't have said green eyes or Icelandic jeans if he didn't know he was cute. Nah.
7'2"?
I'm
Bruh.
not feet.
That's insane. I love it. I'm here for it.
And I'm still under his chin.
Fam, do you even reach the nipples? Like, are you even? Yo!
It's not okay.
That's fucking awesome. Hey, desirable poem. Welcome. We're wrapping up. We just finished exploring our trauma as older, younger, and middle siblings. If you want to tell us about your experience as a sibling, please take some time to do so while we wrap it up. Hashtag safe sex. Oh man. So join us next week as we talk about I don't know what yet because we're supposed to have a special guest. So we will be confirming that. Wait, say what town's name? What town? Wait, let me go back. Oh, hell fucking no. I don't even know what some of those letters are.
That's a spell. That is a spell. Okay, I don't care what no one says.
I'm about to put it in Google. Google's gonna tell me how to say it.
I don't know what's gonna come out.
Say a drawer. I butchered it so bad.
Say the enchantment, okay?
Fam said that is a Harry Potter spell.
No.
That is an unforgivable curse. I can't say that. I don't know. Those are not letters in the American alphabet or the Spanish one, so I don't know how they're supposed to be said.
You know what?
So you lost me there. You would have to spell it out phonetically. The J is pronounced as a Y. Okay, see, we do that, except our J is pronounced like an H. Say this Fjorder. Say this Fjorder.
She sounds like she's German.
I don't know. I did my best. Close. Yo, Jax.
You need to act a little to it.
Jack's about to go in the fucking corner. we about to put Jax on ice. This is why Jax is always in cancel corner. I nominate Jax to be in cancel corner every week. Just put her in that fucking corner. Just yeah, facts. Every fucking week. Every fucking week. So how do you say it? Norma 6'8"? What?
Who's 6'8"?
Nah. How tall is your shortest child? Norma is his baby mama. The mother of his children. See, Jax can't read the chat and have a conversation. Yeah, but like, still, like, the average length of a baby. I'm about to Google the average length of a baby. What is the average height of a baby? A baby! Okay, so the average height of a baby is 19 inches. So 50 centimeters. How long is your baby? Yeah, I need to know. If the mother is 6'8" and the father is 7'2", how long is this baby? I have questions. We have questions. We want to know.
All I know is the average height for someone from Iceland is 5'8", but American it's 5'4". for women.
Yo,
I'm
what?
just like,
We really out
Y'all
here.
really wildin'. Y'all really spicy in chat.
Yo, put Jax on ice right now.
This
Put Jax
turned
on
into
ice.
something totally different. Like, what is happening right now? Woof. 11 pounds and woof. Woof.
She said the baby is 4'11". The baby.
that's those are the weights I lift for my arms when I'm trying to be muscular. Jesus Christ.
These balls.
Not bowling balls.
I know Norma's sick of you. She like, you better not ever touch me again. Guys, I'll be tight, like never.
What?
She pregnant.
Shit.
You did it again.
Yo!
You did it again. Now you're being disrespectful at this point. Come on now.
But also,
Yo.
congratulations.
Congratulations, though.
Yes.
Who is she like?
Come on and give birth to the next set of Steelers. Go ahead and do it.
I'm fucking
Go ahead
done.
and do it. Go ahead.
I
The whole
can't.
team.
What? I'm learning so much.
That's what's up, though.
Yes.
Yo. Wait, how many
Yes,
kids
another
you have?
thing.
Wait, are you
I
having
got
a
twins
twin?
again? Another set of twins? Another set of twins. Another one? Damn.
Triplets.
If y'all having triplets, I
Norma is tough.
need to send Norma a care package because like
Cause she the goat.
Triplets!
losing me. You are losing me.
That fast. 5 kids in.
Y'all
Listen.
have triplets?
Y'all gotta start at 5 right there. Start a basketball
Listen.
team. There you go. Squad.
Oof.
Oh
You need to get
Oh no. Y'all need like help.
let Norma know for her birthday that you not wild for her no more. Because
Not preaching.
you need a care package.
Fucking Jack!
You're OD.
Fucking
This
kids
is a lie.
Jack. Put Jack
Yo,
in
I'm
time
not even gonna lie.
out.
I
Stop
clinched
her.
mine. I clenched mine when you said
Yo.
triplets.
But that's good. Done then
Yo,
right.
what a fucking blessing. Big facts.
Our Mother's Day better be lit every year. I don't want no
Every year.
Every year, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The gifts better be on point. 5 days every year. Mother's Day better be that. Top tier.
Top
Mother's Day.
tier. But that's
Right.
fucking amazing, fam.
That's why I don't have
What's
any
your favorite
sleep.
Look at you.
song?
Y'all cute. Come on. Happy
Your
ass
favorite
giants.
song?
I like that.
Yes, them
There will be no
vocals.
sleep.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've never heard of it, but I'm sure it's beautiful. You know I'm gonna. You know I always.
Y'all just be happy and tall and shit. That's so
Kids
nice.
that happy and tall, because the alternative is miserable and short, like the rest
Right.
of us.
Right, like the rest.
Fact.
Exactly.
Me trying to reach the top shelf for shot glasses is
She
miserable.
literally just yelled at us because she's like, "Who's the bastard that puts the cups out like on the top shelf?"
Facts! Y'all know I can't reach that shit. Y'all be over here catching a toe cramp. I got a toe
Yo.
cramp trying to reach for the shit.
Oh, that's beautiful. Are you gonna like record or like do like a videography, video recording of the wedding, so your friends who can't go in person can see? I would like to do.
It's still a parallelogram.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what vocals you got, VJ.
See, you can't say VJ because then I just think the JJ. I just want you to
He
know
is
that.
7'2". Okay, my short ass.
Thank you for being a friend.
Bum, bum, bum. Travel down the road and back again. Yo, Jax! What? Take the keyboard. Zay, take the keyboard away from Jax. Because
She's not
Jax has a problem.
She's not even using the keyboard. I don't even see her typing any.
Take whatever device Jax is on. Because, yo!
Yo, y'all are ridiculous.
And then if I time Jax out and Jax loses my
Oh
privileges
wait, is red
again.
hair Norma? Is red hair Norma?
Norma here, 'cause I want to say hi to Norma. 'Cause we need to talk.
Norma!
Is that you?
I think it is. She's asking why Jackson's laughing so hard. Norma, we love you.
Norma,
We love
listen, honey.
you so much.
Listen.
Yo, we're
Listen,
telling.
girl, you are a champ. But I would never let that giant champ. You are a champ, Norma. Work it out, girl.
Hi.
You over here having twins and triplets. We
Yeah,
commend
Yo.
you, mother.
First off, we just
Norma.
discovered you're 6'8"
Listen.
and he's 7'2". When he said 7'2", I was like, "Is that a typo? You mean 6'2"?
Norma, you
He's
gotta
like, "Nah,
pace yourself,
I meant
honey.
7'2". I said what I said, and we were like, "What?" And he was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, me and Norma finna have our second round of kids. Guess how many?" And I was
Yeah,
like, "Triplets."
round,
Like, kidding?
like,
And
Norma,
he was
he
like, "Nah,
acting
for
like-
real."
He acting
And
like
we
y'all
said-
boxing, like regular, like the second round, like it's
Your Mother's Day needs to be top tier. Settle for nothing less.
yes, Norma.
Top
Listen,
tier
All the
all
gifts.
the time.
All of
all
them.
the gifts, all
Whatever
the time.
just
right.
request Mount
There
Everest.
better
Just
be
like,
a minimum
let me get a
massage
snowflake
happening.
off Mount Everest. Just request it. Just because you
I
can.
never tell
Because,
you
like,
no ever.
never tell you no. Like, he's not allowed to say that word to you.
There has to be a glass of wine and a massage on deck
Requirement.
Right.
from midnight of
That
your
is
birthday.
the bare minty.
Birthdays,
You gotta pace
Mother's
yourself.
Day.
Listen, because it's clear that he does not miss it, and is
Like, that's what
Like,
we're saying.
At this point, he better be holding your belly while you
5
walk. He needs
months
to
alone.
hold
Oh
you
my
up
goodness, with all three
while
of them,
you walk.
blessing. What a blessing. Y'all got names already.
Yo, you
That
in
is
real
dope.
life.
Y'all
You
are
were
really
the
dope.
true Amazonian queen. Like, you were the true Wonder Woman.
Just-
Like, you just out
listen.
here. You just out here really existing in the flesh.
Y'all trying to create a top
You
tier
were
version.
really from Themyscira.
Look.
Like,
If y'all were sent here to repopulate the earth, with
y'all really got to start in 5. Y'all really got a whole basketball team, and that's cool. That's dope as fuck.
We won't
That's
Like,
follow
it
beautiful.
could
y'all.
be draft picks and shit for who gets to
That's it.
take out the garbage.
huh? Okay.
That's beautiful. That is a really, really. I'm really. We are really happy for you guys
Yes,
and your
we are.
family. Like, that is beautiful. But then
Listen.
Miss Jackson, you're not allowed to tell her no. She gets whatever the fuck she wants.
Listen. If
top
he
tier.
tells you no, come back
Tell
to the
us,
chat and let
and
us
we
know.
will yell
and
at
we
him
will bomb him
on
for
your
you.
behalf.
Okay?
We'll be like,
See,
hey,
DJ don't know what
we
he
said
started.
what we said.
Right,
on
we gonna
Mary.
pop on him.
He don't know what he done invited into
Yo,
his home.
that's
Right.
fucking beautiful.
Listen.
The aggression. This is
No, because
like,
what? You don't give nobody no 5 kids.
5
Yo.
tall, heavy
5
children.
whole kids, and they like.
5 kids worth of arm weights. Like, literally, she's
That's
gonna be
what I'm
pumping
saying.
iron.
Like literally, like your kids are a little bit heavier than like potatoes. Y'all realize that, right? Like that's crazy. He better not ever say no for. Pass me the remote, and the remote is next to your fingernail. You better get up and get the remote
walk around you and get
Right.
the remote
Walk
and place it in
around.
your hand.
and grab the remote and put it in your hand. That's the
Matter of fact, is he
That's the
massaging your
energy.
feet? Is he massaging your feet currently? Because
He should
feet
just be
hurt
like
when you're
massaging feet
carrying
right
a
now.
team.
Did you eat? Are you hydrated?
If you didn't eat and you're not hydrated, Jackson, you know
Right,
what to
it's
do.
a
Fix
problem.
that.
Right.
You better
do
go
that.
get some water.
Cause you really here for all 4 of y'all right now.
Big facts. Big facts.
Good.
Make sure
He
there's
said
a
5 kids is enough.
Cool
I know that's
beverage in her hands.
I know that's right. 5 kids is enough. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because, for some, that's not enough. So,
I know some people.
bless
Them TikToks where I be seeing where they got like 9 kids.
Nick Cannon. I don't know if is he done? Is he continuing?
pregnant, but I don't know. I think he's continuing. Like, but my
I don't
thing
know,
is,
but,
is
it's
these
like-
married couples I be seeing and they got like 10 kids. Like, why you? And they've been married for like 8 years.
Yes.
Why you
See,
pregnant?
Jackson is a real one.
Oh,
You know that you have allies in us.
for you,
We're
Jackson.
with you,
That's
baby.
right. That's right.
We're with you.
That's beautiful. That's
We can't wait to
I'm
see
very
these
happy
beautiful
for y'all.
babies. So we hope we see some
Right,
beautiful
thoughts,
pictures. We can't wait to see the wedding
We love
pictures.
baby
Happy and healthy rest of your pregnancy and a very
Yes.
delivery because that's what we want.
Hell yes. That is what we're here for. We want to see all the
Lit.
happiness.
And let us
We
know
were
if your
trying to
kids
wrap
end
up.
with. Let
We
us know.
were, and this was a great way to like. This was awesome because we
And then we
started
went
with
off
Happy
the
Time,
rails with the giant
but
babies.
you know what? That 7
Right.
too. We was like typo. He was like, no. Oh, tell us
No,
the
if your
story.
kids grow up and develop any sibling rivalry.
Yes, great.
And don't let
Take what we said.
don't front. Like tell the truth. If y'all end up with a play it off. You can tell us. You don't gotta tell the kids, but you let us know you got a favorite. It's okay.
Yeah, tell us which one.
You're not
will
gonna
be
tell
is
nobody
the
if y'all
favorite.
end up with a
We wanna
favorite.
know.
Okay. You'll be
We wanna
good.
know. Pirate minds. All right, we're gonna wrap up with a thick ass raid. We finna love on somebody heavily. Let's see who could use the love. You know what, Venomous? You got anybody that's live right now? Action Jackson, you got anybody you want us to love on?
Oh, look at that.
This y'all are so beautiful. You
They so
are so beautiful.
That's really nice.
to me.
I'm with that. Bless you.
I be having
You
favorite
like,
students. I got a favorite sibling and all that bullshit. You know what? I don't know who to rate. Help me. Jackson, who we rating? Tell me. Who are we rating? Tell me, tell me, tell me. Oh, so much love.
It's undivided attention today. That's so
Yes, I fucking love it. I'm so glad that we like wrapped up with this. This was so positive. Ooh, my boy. You know what? I think have we rated Harv before? Yes. Let's rate Harv. Harv is playing some Call of Duty. He's gonna be right back screen. Don't know if now's the best time to rate him when he's not at his computer. Billy, tell us who to raid. We need somebody. We need somebody to love on. Help us. Billy. Help us. We need a person to raid. We are struggles because Harv's not actually at his computer. Oh, what you surprised her with that got her blushing? I hope it's nothing that's gonna give her another baby, fam. Like, chill. I'm just saying. We need a person to raid. Who are we gonna love on? Someone help. I feel like there's a song with the word help in it, and I don't know it off the top. Someone would stab me. I feel like it's a Beatles song.
The song that has Hope in it is by the Beatles, and the song is actually called Help. And
Did I just say that?
Lord is live right now. Jack said.
Who?
Lord is live right now, and somebody else. That's what Jack just told me, so I'm just relaying the message.
Okay, see, Jax. I'm Jackson. I'm gonna need to hear you sing too, fam. I feel left out, bro.
I'm crying.
I feel we rated. Didn't we raid Wolfthorn last time? I'll keep reading the same person.
I thought that.
I mean, if you the only one on.
Somebody named LOL Justice too.
Ooh, we ain't raid him in a minute. Okay. Alright, y'all. We gonna love on my boy Just.
Bye-bye. Thank you for watching.
Bye. So
Tell your friends they can watch it on YouTube starting tomorrow at 6 Eastern Standard Time, guys.
If I could get this chameleon or not, because it's being real weird. Setting it up right now. Thanks for rocking with us. We love you guys. Bye-bye. Till next time.
Yeah.